Good morning. Same father. Same location. Same rant. Good morning. I appreciate the comments yesterday. I don't get to read any of them. I don't have any way to reply to any of your comments. I understand a lot of your comments are just there to spread the information regarding this takedown of our cities, every single one of our cities, with a funded feminist agenda. Childless, motherless women. But we still have to live. We still have to work our basic life. Just spoke to a good man called Rudy from East Renfrewshire Council, cleaning our streets. I said to him, I'd love to do something like this, clean the streets of my town. Not ashamed to pick up litter. You've left your keys at mine, my friend. You know, you've left your keys. No one's invited along today. I've not invited anyone along. It's because it's called a rant. And it's not a rant. This isn't a rant. It might sound like a rant because I'm shouting at my phone, but I'm not shouting at you directly. You might deserve to be shouted at directly, but I'm not going to be doing that unless you come along and give me reason to. I'm going to speak to you politely, offer you something to fill your soul or fill your belly. I don't know what's going on just now. I think there might be some kind of holiday. Is it a state holiday? A Scottish holiday? The UK? Because we still only have young tight-panted mums. Hello Tracy, good morning. You going to jump about in your tight pants looking great? Oh yes! You show it, girl! Some actually still managed to take a joke because, I mean, you have to laugh. We have to have a giggle at things just now, don't we? Because things aren't really going well for us. Good morning. That was a woman just staring. Another lady I went to school with previously. Tracy. Why am I here? Because I want to see my children. Why am I talking to you? I don't know who's there. I'm talking to my phone. If you've got any insultive comments, I can no longer see them. Even later tonight, if you put them in there, I still can't read comments. I can't read any of the comments. They're restricted. Sometimes a comment comes through on my phone and there's something nice that's there. It's saying part of this rant is spot on, something like that anyway. Something I'm saying is believed by someone else. It doesn't matter if you believe me or not. What I'm telling you is court documented. What I'm telling you is charities, feminist charities are funded to abuse children and break down your town. Feminist funded charities. There's one called Women's Aid. Women's Aid are in here. They decided to write down that I was a rapist and my ex-partner decided to read the story out and say that I was one. That ruins lives. And I'm here doing this for fathers and their children. Fathers and children, that's it. Not for you. Not for the vast majority of you. And this that sounds like a rant, I'm shouting at my phone. My phone may deserve to be shouted at. It started its life as someone else's phone. This isn't a good iPhone thing. Or Android. Good Android. It's a second or third hand me down. But it came to find its way to me through many men called Raymond and Darren. Because we know lots of Raymonds and Darrens, and all of them are nice guys. So what I've been having is, because I speak about the funded women's movement, the funded feminist movement, to take women away and stop women from being mothers, or stop them from being grandmothers, or stop them from being caring and having these wee teenage jump about screaming women running our society, every single part of our society, running down our council buildings, running down our gyms and gymnasiums and sports centres and libraries. Good morning.
Good morning.
A neighbour, a smiley neighbour, and a happy lady. It's very easy to see the ladies. Yeah, they're wearing tight pants. Of course they're wearing tight pants. They're going to be jumping about to silly songs, having a woman scream at them to do it slightly faster or slightly harder. And then they'll come out sweaty later and do their shopping. It's okay, there's no men left. We killed all of them. We killed them all when they became fathers, and if we didn't kill them when they became fathers, they're in getting drunk at the moment, or they're away working so they can get drunk later because they're living with a funded feminist that hates them. I'm sorry if you're a mother and you love your children and love your partner and love your family. I do see a handful of you left. You love your children, you love your family. Sometimes you put on a dress and act like a lady. Sometimes you actually cook your man dinner. I used to cook dinner for my ex-partner all the time. I used to make her lunch the night before. I used to make her breakfast, lunch and dinner. I done all the cooking. It's not a feminine thing. And especially over the last few decades, it seems to be man chef. And every one of these man chefs are just Freemasonic little boys. And you know that. Getting every single opportunity. Everything thrown at them. All you have to do is kill your brother. Sacrifice your son or daughter. Women are doing that. Charities are doing that. Charities are funding feminist women to abuse children. And I've got this court documented evidence to show that a Scottish funded charity is actually telling women to say they've been raped when they've not been. That is what I'm telling you every morning. It doesn't matter if you believe me or not. It doesn't matter if you hate me or not. It doesn't matter if you think I'm a narcissist, lowlife, scumbag, lazy, stupid. It doesn't matter what insult. In fact, it doesn't matter what compliment or insult you want to throw at me. My life doesn't change between yesterday and today. Pretty much just had what I had. Very little. Very little. I would never have lived like this prior. Not at all. I would never have struggled. I would always just gone and make money. Money's turned into the pariah, and women have accepted that pariah. Women accept it because they're snakes. And all good mothers know exactly what I'm talking about, because your friends are the very same. Seems like the only surviving old women, are old controlling Eastern stars. And their daughters are in the councils and in the credit unions and in the banks and the citizens' advice. This citizens' advice is for citizens, so you need to understand what the word citizen means. And in this place, I'm no longer a citizen. I'm no longer a man, I'm no longer a father, I'm no longer much to anyone in this town. But Rudy just said to me, you can say that I'm your friend and you can phone up Claire and go for that job. I said, but what if you've got a really dodgy past and criminal records and things? They said, half the guys in there have got criminal records. Don't worry about that. I said, what if they hate you? Use my name, my friend. So I get to talk to nice people in the streets, and people speak to me nicely. It's not everyone wants to kill me. I know the vast majority on YouTube leave comments about committing suicide. That's just the females wanting to kill more fathers, because the more fathers you get rid of, the more funding you receive in funded feminist charities like Women's Aid. And Women's Aid is a funded feminist child abuse and family wrecking charity. And wrecking family for money, God, you're a snake. And this is why I really do. I don't see any reason in protecting your ex who abuses your children. You don't protect them. You don't protect them. I hold back from saying things which she's done. I hold back from telling you things that she's done, which she knows she's done, which are just... She is evil. Her mother is evil. She is abusive. Her mother is abusive. You hold back in telling you things. I mean, it's quite easy to say that she's well known round town. She's well known round every place she was ever went. She told me she couldn't have children. I wanted children. I said, we will have children. She said she couldn't. She tried with Leszek. I didn't know she was a child abusing lowlife. I didn't know that. I didn't know she would take money to abuse children. But since then I found out, and this is court documented, lots of these women are funded to abuse children and to break family. So to tell me that I'm right in the comments, You're the one that's spot on. I'm telling you something that's court documented. You're spot on telling me I'm right. I don't need to know that I'm right. I'm telling you something that's court documented. I can tell you that Police Scotland committed fraud and committed child abuse. They committed child abuse. Police Scotland assisted in child abduction. I'm not saying that because I don't like Police Scotland. I spoke up for Police Scotland and some of their PCs, especially Graham yesterday. I spoke up about Graham. I'm not here to wreck what we have. They're funded to wreck what we have because the funding for what we have comes internationally. It comes from somewhere else at the moment, from millionaires, billionaires, trillionaires, whatever. These next new demons being funded, because most of your wee billionaire demons didn't make that money. They're handed it. They're handed it from the military-industrial complex because they're willing to look the most criminal, evil people and at the same time have you support them. That's pretty much everyone just now that you're supporting. They're evil. They love if you're evil and you're able to hide it and look good. That's what they love. They love people that can, like the devil. Like, godly things don't look great. They look pretty shocking, actually. You have to suffer here. You have to suffer if that's what you know. If you know that's what's going on. If you know about what's to come. And you know about what's to come if you've read the book. And it's the King James version, not the Catholic versions. I know that for a fact. Spent all my life with the Catholic versions of Bibles, never known what was inside. But always had a copy of the Gideon's Bible. Press like if you had a read Gideon's Bible given to you. What, nobody had a read Gideon's Bible given to you? Oh, there's somebody had a read Gideon's Bible. I'm not looking for you to press like. I'm not asking you to press subscribe. I'm not asking you to do any of these things. This channel will grow, but this channel will shut down. And every single video telling you about what's going on, we're funding your town. We're funding your town to break your family and abuse your children. And we've got women willing to do that. My ex-partner's one. She doesn't just sell out her children, she'll sell out the charity that told her to write about the abuse that she spat out, which ruined my children's life. That lie allowed Police Scotland to make the decision to abduct silly wee boys with funny wee costumes on, with the checkerboard flag all over themselves, decided that, yeah, we're going to save this poor woman and her children. 2 seconds, I've got a mate that's called. Sorry, but Dzień dobry, Patrick. Miss you, my friend. I'll see you soon. Yeah, anyway, that's it. Again, another father contacting me. Now, a great friend, Patrick and his daughter. The last time we hung out together, 4 years ago, summertime, we went cycling to one of the lakes outside Gorzhov, and I know Piotrik's taken his daughter up to Mieczyszdroja, just the two of them, and I would love to be taking up my daughter with them because they were best friends. But because he remained friends with me, my ex-partner decided my daughter couldn't be best friends with her best friend any longer because that was bad, because he supported a father. So what they tried to do was have his daughter hate me, but his daughter wouldn't hate me, couldn't hate me. She loves me, but my daughter hates me, and that's a strange thing. Because this woman's been funded the whole way, and even though she's a court-documented abductor, a court-documented liar, a court-documented child abuser, a court-documented parental an alienator. Now that is psychological manipulation that's set on a child so they can hate half of who they are. Those two words, parental alienation, that's what they mean. Psychological manipulation to break down the mind of a child, to control the child's mind so they hate half of who they are. And that's what parental alienation means. Now you need to know that the military-industrial complex run every single part of the psychological breakdown of our society right now. They're breaking it down psychologically. They're playing games with every single part of society. That's why they're having women in councils shut down family, take children away from families, break down families, fund fanatical women to abuse children. Why is it happening when it's court documented and it can be shown? It's not a case of I want you to believe me. It's a case that's court you come and shoot the messenger. I've asked you to come and shoot this messenger. I'd like you to actually have a go at shooting this messenger. This messenger wants a bullet between the eyes sometimes, most days. And I'm sure there's plenty of people in my town that could do that. Because we still have the gangsters living. They're still alive in Glasgow. But our gangsters should be on the side of others. Because right now, we've got jail-boot thug pigs abusing our kids, and the jail-booted thug pigs are funded. Those fanatical pigs, and they are pigs, they abuse children. Those funded pigs, they hate not getting the centre of attention. They hate not being in the limelight. They hate not getting everything their way. And see if they don't, they'll go and complain to anyone. And their feelings will be the reason. And the thing is, we now police people's feelings. We don't protect our children. We police how hurt a woman might be and her feelings might be. Oh, is your feelings hurt? All right, I'm so sorry. We're going to have to really look after you. Not the case that we fund you and we don't fund family. We fund you and we don't fund children. We fund you and we don't fund fathers. We fund you, but only if you're fanatical and abusive. Only if you're fanatical and abusive. Get rid of all those links. Take away your likes. Get rid of your subscriptions. Don't subscribe to this. Don't subscribe to me. I'll come back on and I'll tell you the very same stuff tomorrow. Because what I'm telling you isn't conspiracy theory. It's who's bringing down your town internationally. The US government, the ones that run all the psychological manipulation around this world, the ones that laid all the cables so you can actually watch me on your crappy handset. That's worse than a gun. You're better to give your children a gun than to give them one of these things. Get rid of that like. Stop liking these things. Get rid of like. There must be more people here. There was one like on there. I want back at one. I don't trust 8 of you. 8 of you don't deserve my trust. Because children don't get your trust. Your own children, mothers. Is there any left? I don't want to do this, but I do want you to help my children. I do want you to help your children. I just don't know how far my children are going. I know it's been 6 years of Jesuit mind control, abuse by these Catholic cult members. I know it's been 6 years of control now. My ex-partner mother, they will suffer eternally. Her entire family will suffer now for what she's done to her children. Their children have suffered because of this. Women's Aid, every one of these, Women's Aid, this charity, you'll suffer because of what you're doing. I'm just seeing billboard Chris flash across there. That's a good man, a good father. We actually have to have a Canadian father to come here in Scotland to tell us how not to abuse our children. We have to come, a Canadian man come across and have him telling how not to abuse and assault our children, not to poison our children. Keep getting rid of the likes. You've still got 6 more to get rid of. Unsubscribe. And it's not up to you. Unsubscribe and unlike. And I mean this. This message will get where it wants to. Because see, yesterday, there might only be, what, 400 or 500 people. This message got to over 20,000 people. And I know that it's not a lot compared to people getting 250,000 and 1 million views and all of this stuff. The most views I normally get are 3 or 4 views. Most of my videos have got 0, 1 or 2, and I've been the one that's watched them. There's 900 odd videos on child abuse, 900 odd videos on absolute nonsense that allows me to cope. It's me that is allowed to cope. I couldn't care less if you want to pour out your hatred about me. I had that from my ex-partner. I get that from the police. I can walk into any shop and get hatred from any of these funded feminists. I'm barred from all of these places round here. We need to have Indians, Chinese and Japanese come to this town to open up food places for us. The only food places we know how to open up are roll shops. And don't get me wrong, they're the best roll shops that you can get anywhere in the world, but we need to move past that. It's like the same as in Poland. The only food places you get are dom food shops, or these, but they're great. That's what I want to open up in the UK. A place where fathers and men and mothers and children can come and just have a family meal and sit down and have a home-cooked meal. Dom means home, so it's home-cooked meal. Can someone help me set up that wee restaurant here? I'll just be doing all the cooking along with you. We're not looking to make lots of money. I'm just looking to feed people like nice, well-prepared, well-cooked food. And along with that, every morning they can get a Budwig. People that are sick can get the Budwig cream before they get their meal. You can start to get healthier eating the most basic things. That's what I would love to be doing, especially my mate Piotrek is the amazing chef. He's an amazing chef. But people don't look at him as anything because he's a father. He's just some white father, white Polish father. Who cares? I'm some white Scottish father. Who cares? Who cares about you? Give me whatever it is you've got. We're the fanatical feminists with the funding. Give me what you've got. We've got the funding to come and take you down, boy. It's just that I didn't want to climb back up once they'd taken me down. Once they'd torn us down. Good morning. Once they'd torn me down and taken away my children, abused my children, and I came and told you the story once it was court documented, I thought, wow, we can fix this now. It's court documented that she's a child abuser, that she's actually admitted that their funding had these women write a story that I was a women-beaten rapist. They wrote that as a funded charity and used it against her father. And Police Scotland used that story to come against me. But there was a female judge in Edinburgh High Court that wanted the writ against Kasia. She wanted her passport taken off her. She knew that she was a beast. She knew my ex-partner was a beast. But my ex-partner, not directly having the funding, it was a charity for the feminist fanatics that had the funding, gave her everything, even though they knew she was willing to abuse and hurt children. That was the point. That's the point, to separate abandoning children from their fathers. So they will grow up and they will be mentally broken. They will be turned into all kinds of dirty, perverted, skinny, wee, low-life, non-father-like men, and they'll be looking for attention. And I've got a son and daughter, and this little witch that abducted and abuses them, and this little fat, beastly babcha, and I trust nothing about her mother. I trust nothing about her. She's the most beastly woman I've ever come across. She's the most beastly object I've ever seen. She's a beast. She's a beast among beasts. And she ruined the word babcha, because my friend's babcha is the nicest woman I ever met. Even my ex-partner's grandmother. And I'm talking about the mother of the beast. She was a nice lady. But she sat and told me a story one day about how they killed Nazis. I'm sure she was just telling how she was tying Germans to trees and taking their homes, because at one point Gorzów Wielkopolski was called Landsberg, Germany, and Landsberg, Germany had Germans in it, and what the Poles done when they went to Landsberg, Germany was rename it, and they killed the Germans that survived. Well, pretty much I heard they were tied to trees and just left it in the forest. Is that a true story? Is that what he's done? Because that is the story I'm sure her grand told me. It's a harrowing story. There should be a movie made of this story. Tying these poor German families left at the end of the war, tying them to trees and leaving them to the elements and to the wild animals in the forests of Landsberg, renamed Gorzów Wielkopolski. The last place to hold Hitler in prison was Landsberg, Germany, and now they hold my children hostage. And I can tell you, and you've got silly questions that you want to fire back at me regarding, oh, what do you do? I did see a question, what is it you do that makes you happy? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. There's nothing that I've got. There's nothing that I do that makes me happy. I wake up in the morning. What did I do this morning? I woke up, I'd done 200 press-ups. Cried for a bit. I drank some mineralised water. And it was the mineralised water really just to take away the pains I had in my stomach. Because I eat a lot of out-of-date food. Because out-of-date food is either very, very affordable. I wouldn't say cheap, because that word would describe the food, cheap. But it's affordable edible stuff, or food-like products that you get in shops. So I buy the food-like products. Now, something I have noticed is the amount of pork products and everything. We've got now pork, we have pork in our square slice sausage, and the Scottish square slice is called steak slice sausage. I thought it was going to be made from cow's backside out of steak. And that's what the good steak slice sausage. Now they've got pork in it. What? Do we really have that many pigs in the UK? What kind of meat is this pork we're eating? Because it's everywhere. And I know we have a lot of pigs, but not the pigs you're referring to is not the same pigs I'm referring to. And pigs don't deserve such a bad name, because I don't believe pigs abuse their own. Rats, I don't believe rats even abuse their own and kill their own kids. But women are funded, and women will take that funding. Every single other female animal in the animal kingdom would probably look and go, what the hell are you doing? Human what's? Human child abusers, that's what you are. Women are funded human child abusers. Oh, this guy's got... No, this is court documented. This is all letting you know that women write down things to ruin fathers' lives. They write down things so women get the light line, women get the attention, women get the funding. And we still take little boys like Swinney, I mean, it's not one person in Scotland voted for this little chump. Stupid wee boys. I can't stand little boys like that, Swinney. And that's who, the only people we've had is that. I'm sure some people did vote Alex Salmond because the man stood like a proud, heavy, Freemasonic looking type, whiskey drinking, beer drinking, fire setting, chain smoking, cheating man, which is respected in this country. You have to have some form of debauchery to get anywhere in this country. Because every single person in any position of prominence has sold their family, or sold themselves, or sold their soul. And right now, they couldn't care less if the Freemason men done anything, because it's women running the place. It's only women running every single thing to do with this place. I don't know why people want to come on and listen to me morning after morning saying the same nonsense. But while people come and do this and watch this, I'm going to be speaking to you. I'm only speaking to you so you can get to hear what I'm telling you. And I'm telling you that Scotland is abusing children. Not just abusing children, we're funding in the UK, in America, in Australia, and Canada, and New Zealand. Where did we are part of the Five Eyes security services, are part of the international banking system, are part of whatever. All these big businesses, they own your town and they're funding to bring it down. America's created the proxy war in Ukraine. They're trying to create always wars in the Middle East because that's all they've ever done ever since they've been created by us, by the Freemasons, by the Catholic Church. I know the Catholic Church was only Maryland from all the states. Maryland was the only one that was Catholic, but every other one was Protestant Freemasonic. But it was wholly Christian, as this country used to be. Then we moved across to the States to what? Ruin that place? Kill the people there, kill the indigenous. Now we're killing the fathers here. And we're killing the fathers to control the children. And the women are taking the payoff to do that. Women are taking a payoff to abuse children. Women are being paid off. Don't get me wrong, there's many heifer, fat child abusing lowlives. Part of these charities never had children that will smile at a child and abuse them. I see that with many people that my ex-partner knew, like that Aga, the thieving friend in Edinburgh. Aga, that beastly woman. I don't know, was that another one of your mother's twins or something like that? Beast, child abusing beast. Cassie, you're a beast for what you're doing. You will pay for having done this. And I see every day, it's not anything to do with a threat coming from me. Yes, it's because of what you have done personally. And you've got a way out of doing this as well. And I would help you at any point if you just joined a charity and you were honest. If you were honest about what you've done, it's already court documented. You've already said it. It's just that your prosecutors, your judges, they all support the feminist Catholic cult members. They all support this Jesuit mind control, 6 years, a child that you own the man. 6 years of breaking children's minds. We know you protect paedophiles with collars. We know you do that. Oh, I'm so bored of doing this. I'm still bored of being hungry. I'm bored of being tired. I'm bored of never ever getting to see my children. And And yesterday, just mentioning my daughter to my friend Piotr when he said he was going up to meet Australia, when he's going up to the Baltic Sea, up the coast, staying for a week. That's exactly the holiday that Ava, myself, Paula and Piotr, we'd all went together. And my ex would have been jealous as hell. And she would have been on Ava's mind and try to put so much hate in her, because at any time we done things together, like go bike rides, and we've done so many things that Kasia and her mother never does these. They'll take her to the shopping centre and buy her a latte. She's 12 and she's just turned 12. You never let my daughter be a child. You've no idea how to support my son. You don't care that his father isn't there. I can't believe I can see you've pressed more than one like. What, 17 likes, 17 people, there's 241 people watching me spew about child abuse right now. I'm telling you the people funding child abuse in your town. I'm telling you the names of the people. I'm telling you the names of the charities. I'm telling you it's court documented. I'm letting you know women are funded not to be mothers, and you're asking silly questions about me. Silly questions about me. You can say as many silly things in the comments about me. I cannot read a single thing. I'm in the UK, I don't get to read comments. Now, do I comply? No, I don't comply with anything. I don't comply with any of the nasty stuff that people do. Never. Never have done. I would rather be a trouble-making upsets, a trouble starter. I bet you start singing Fire Starter there. Twisted Fire Starter. When I was in Australia, I did dye my hair white and then dye it green. And I looked like a twisted fire starter, but I'm sure it was more into Green Day at that point. Another wee Freemasonic group. But is there any non-Freemasonic, non-Jesuit, non-Catholic groups? Of course there's not, because every one of them are little bought and paid off, sold out, soul-selling lowlives. And they are soul-selling lowlives. And that's what every single woman that goes to join these women's aid are. Soul-selling, child-abusing, feminist, fanatical lowlives. Whoa, I just get 27 likes. I get 307 people are watching me. 307 people are listening about my son and daughter. They're in Gorzowville, Kapolski. Women's Aid. Women's Aid is a funded charity, a Scottish funded charity. That's why Scotland funds the abuse of children. Now, I understand that our Prime Minister's away to India just now. That he's away to see all these little boys. That's all he's interested in, is little boys. And you need to know it's all. These are who we stand up in Parliament and call them men and fathers. They are not. They're little boy lovers. Little boy lovers. And they're sold out. They have no souls. They do not care about you. They do not care about children. They do not care about your family. And that's why they've got these fanatical women, fanatical feminists. Most of them never been mothers. Most of them have never been loved. Most of them possibly suffered as children. Possibly suffered from chauvinistic pigs. And we have feminist and chauvinistic pigs. We should never fund any of these. And we would never fund a chauvinistic pig. But do you know what? With the way things are so mixed up, that's exactly who we would fund. Because we fund the paedophiles. We protect the parasites. We fund the predators to protect the paedophiles. Do you understand what's going on? Your town has been broken down by the funding it's receiving. The funding it's receiving is going to fanatical women, and those fanatical women are abusing your children and your family because they're funded to do so. I understand many of you loving, caring mothers are mothers. That's a different word. That's you're a mother. And I can see there's a handful of fathers, and I know, Darren, you're a father, my brother. You're a good father. Don't listen to them. Don't ever put yourself in a position where a rope's round your neck or something's round your neck and you're putting yourself in a position you're going to kill yourself, because your family's not going to turn up for you. Nobody's going to turn up and make you a food, make you a meal, give you a hot water. They're not going to show up and put your heating on. No one's going to show up for you. So you need to live with what you have. The very little you have. If you don't have food to eat, you make do. You don't have it. If you've got a tin of crappy food, leave that alone. Don't poison your body because you're hungry, because your body's craving something that you want. Leave that. Learn to discipline yourself, and you discipline yourself by not taking all these instant gratifications. Like this right now, I've got 30 likes, my heart is pounding with 30 instant gratifications. There's over 200 people watching me, and I know today there's going to be maybe 10,000 people having watched this. I know over maybe 10,000 people will understand Women's Aid, a funded charity, is there to break down family. Women's Aid is a funded Scottish charity that allows the abuse of children. Now, this isn't my opinion. This is court documented by the woman that was funded to abuse, abduct and alienate my children. It's court documented. Why is no one helping, and why do you still turn it back on me being a narcissist, me being a terrible father, me being a loser, me being a horrible whatever? I'll be that for you. That's what I am. Thank you very much. I'll be any one of those things. Now, I want 300 people. Please, 300 people press the like button. Go 300 people. Go have give 100 likes. Do that. Can you do that? Oh, who cares? Unsubscribe, unlike. Because what it does here, it doesn't do anything for the algorithms. It doesn't do anything for anybody. Nobody's going to come and watch this tomorrow. Go back and look, there's 950 things with no views. If you look at any one of these live things, they've got like 100 views, 500. Now, why do I care about the views when I don't get a penny for doing any of the stuff? I couldn't care less. But what I do know is your wee ears and your wee mind and your wee heart and your wee gut, you're going to take in this information. And this information is women are being funded to not be mothers anymore. Women are being funded to break up family. I can show you the charity. It's called Women's Aid. Women's Aid is funded by the Scottish Government. This Scottish Government charity fanaticises women so they hurt fathers. They will write down a story to call you a rapist. They will say that you beat women. And that's what the charity is funded to do. Destroy family, destroy children, and have these little instant gratification like women receive the instant gratification. They get the little tickle between the legs. They get the little tickle in their erogenous zone. That's exactly what they done it for in the first place. Give me happiness now. Learn to live without it. Learn to discipline yourself. If you've got food today, do you know what? Take 3 days. Take 3 days where you eat nothing. Nothing. If you've had enough for the last 3 days, I want you to take nothing for the next 3 days. Go for it. Go fast for 3 days. Take nothing at all. And see when you want the next thing that you really want, deny yourself that pleasure. The next thing you really want, deny yourself that pleasure. But it's only way we're going to fix things in society, having women deny the most basic things, because right now we're feeding them. We're feeding them everything they want. Any wee bit of joy we're giving them. Anything. I've never seen so many handouts given to people in my life other than women. Never. Children are never given handouts. Men are given nothing. Men are given nothing but abuse. And do you know what men done? They built all of this. Men built every single part of this, bar none. Every single thing laid down here, every single bit of road, every stone, everything that's growing, we laid this down here. And do you know who gave us that? God above gave us that. God above gave us that. And do you know who we never thank? We never thank him now. We're too busy thanking demons and devils, because that's who's running the place. Demons, devils. Because they don't care about children. That's our future. When you don't care about our children and you don't care about our future, you're going to go for the demons. You're going to celebrate ghosts and ghouls and bawbags. Because there's many bawbags. It's got to stop. Call me as many names as you like. Fathers have got to be given a hand to stop killing themselves. I know why they're killing themselves, because do you know what? I don't want to. There's times where people offer me things. My cousin offered me a couple of rolls and sausage yesterday, and I said no, I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't take it because firstly, I don't know how much he's got. I don't want him spending money on me. I don't want him to think, oh, I kind of don't want because of that. So I was saying it's an outright no. Oh no, mate, not at all. You go have yourself. Always no. Don't take from anyone. Don't take from anyone. These little, and that might sound like a very little thing to you, because it's obviously a very little thing. It would have been a little thing to my family, or any little thing to my family member. It's not any would begrudge me any of this stuff. It's like, that's a big thing for me. I can't afford basic living items. I can't afford the most basics. But I know a woman can come from Afghanistan today, or come from anywhere in Africa today, and she will be treated like a queen. And I'm not saying that's the wrong thing to do. Do you know what? You should be treated well if you come to this country. There's everything here for you. But should we be denying the men and the fathers and the children? Should we deny them? That's what we're doing, and we're funding absolute bitches to do that. We're funding fanatical child abusing scumbags to do this. And is this my opinion? Yes, I might hold this opinion, but I do have it written down as evidence, because something we can't do is prove anything. No, we cannot prove a single thing. Even though I'm telling you there's evidence here, I can't prove it, because prove means that it cannot be another way. You can't prove anything in life, but what do? We've got the evidence, and the evidence is there, and it's in court documents, and 3 higher judges in the courts, SSO, judges, 3 higher judges in Poland know this fact, but the prosecutors, who are friends of the family of the child abuser, protect the child abuser's family, because they're all Catholics, they're all cult members, they're all Jesuits, they're all Freemasonic lowlifes, scumbags willing to abuse kids. Does that mean there's not fathers and mothers in Poland? No. Very same as here. There's tons of fathers and mothers. But the illusion of this government being good, or the prosecutor being good, or the judge being just, that's the lie. That's the lie. Because the funding goes to these, that judge, that little woman sitting in that family court, she's a little pig. And I've never known a woman sitting in a family court that's not a little pig, a little sellout chat, family wrecking pig. Every single one of the family courts, they are there to break family. They are there to stop fathers seeing children. Every family court is there as a business operating to make money, to make sure that a hard-working man will lose everything he's worked for, because there's very few of the opposite. But that's not to say that a lady that becomes a mother and then puts everything into her children, that's as much as what the men have done here. That's what the men have done here. And the women bore those children and brought those children up and gave those children good lives. Now what are the women given? What, 20 grand a year? 30, 50 grand a year basic wages to what? To kill off their own? No, but give them an extra grand a month, and give them a wee bonus, and give them a car, give them some new makeup, give them a designer handbag, give them something. As long as we're taking the gloss off the children, take the shine away from the children, and give it to the pretty ladies. Oh, the pretty ladies jumping about with shiny pants, oh, they're all nice and tight. No, we want mothers back in our town. We want mothers funded. That means we need to have fathers and family and children funded. The only way to fund family. Get rid of women's aid. Get rid of these fanatical feminist beasts. And again, not my opinion, it's court documented evidence that women are abusing children, and they're funded to abuse children. And the day they're not funded to abuse children are the days that our society starts to become a little better and safer for family, for friends, for people to grow and prosper in. And what does that mean? I've got no idea. I've got no idea what any of this means. This is just babble pouring out my pie hole so you can watch and listen. I don't care if there's 500, I don't care if there's 5,000, I don't care if there's only 5 of you. At least one of you will be a father out there, and you deserve to know this stuff. You deserve to know that there's funded charities in your town, funded by the government to break you and abuse your child. And if a woman's willing to take that money, she can take your child away to a different country today and abuse them over there. That's what's happened to my children in Poland. Eva and Matthew are being abused in Poland because the Scottish funded charity, the feminist charity, funded the Polish women to be fanatical enough to abuse our children. All of it's court documented, and the prosecutors and the judges still support the woman, still support the abuser. Why? Because every single country's set up the same way. It doesn't matter what country in Europe you're in, it doesn't matter if you're in Australasia, it doesn't matter where you are. If this is getting to 20,000 people today, that's good enough for me. If it's getting to 20 people today, it's good enough, because child abuse has got to end. Women have got to stop being funded to abuse kids. Yes, it's nice to see women walking about making faces, but does any woman approach you and say, hang on a minute, can I speak about this? Did you just say women are being funded to abuse children? Yes, Scottish charities are being funded by the Scottish government to abuse their children. Scottish charities are being funded today by little fools like that Swinney, and he's a little weirdo himself. Get rid of that wee crackpot, wee smurf. Every one of them are smurfs. Good morning, sir. Good morning. So this is live from Barhead. Oh, welcome YouTube. The algorithms are going to go mad and are going to set us to over 20,000 people. I'm very happy that you're going to hear about child abduction, parental alienation, and the funding that feminist charities get to abuse their children and abduct them to different countries. It's very nice to see other women and different people walking about here, but lots of people make faces at you because you're talking and pointing your phone in your wee pie face. Maybe they want me to point my phone in their wee pie faces. I don't want to be doing this. I want to be spending time with my son and daughter while they're still young enough to care that their father is still here for them. And even through the 5-6 years of complete isolation and alienation from a woman funded to abuse them, he's going to keep standing up. Even though he's going through severe pain himself, he's going to work with that. He's not going to let it go. I'm going to work with that. And I suggest you do the same. Work with the pain they're giving you. Accept it. Accept it. Smile back at the little funded feminist beasts. Smile at them. Smile at the funded beasts. Because they'll come and face what they've got to face, as you will. I'm facing all the silly things I've done in my life. All yous still calling me names and everything else. I'm worse names than what you could call me. But I'm also much nicer names than you could ever compliment me. The same as you are. I know there's beautiful, caring, loving fathers out there that get absolutely nothing and no time with their children. I wouldn't say I'm all those nice things, but I'm a loving father. I'd never hurt a child. I want to play and care and show children that they deserve respect and they can turn to me for safety. But you get built up to be some kind of monster, and that's what the funded feminist charities are for, to make nice fathers look like monsters. And it's so easily done within the community, within the common purpose community, because that's what you've got here. The common purpose, the Freemasons, the Catholics, the Jesuits, the Eastern Star, all of these wee common purpose, they all come together. Lots of them get common purpose training within your councils, within any of your citizens' advice and universal credit places for the government. Everyone are given common purpose Freemasonic training. They're all trained by the Jesuits to... Don't get me wrong, it doesn't work 90% of the time. They're idiots. I mean, you need to be a fanatical fool that abuses children, and that's who they've employed. So who are we going to be dealing with? Fanatical feminist fools. That's it. They're not smart. They have all the funding, but they're not smart. They're not smart. They hurt children. That's not smart. They're going to have a millstone round their neck for eternity. Is that smart? You stick it in the comments. I can't read them anyway. Stick whatever you like in the comments. I cannot read them. Press like, subscribe, do all your silly things that little nonsense do. Now go and watch some of your famous people on YouTube. See people that get paid money by the algorithms, people that say what they're told to say. Oh listen, Joe, see if you say these things in that way, we're going to pay you money. If you say things, you could earn £1,000 a week if you just say things as we tell you. No. No YouTube. No Google. I'm going to tell you how I say things. I'm going to teach these little boys and girls how to be mothers and fathers again, rather than abusing children and funding the feminist charities, which make women fanatical feminists. Fanatical enough to beast and abuse and abduct their own children and then hide behind it they're the victim. And it's always they're the victim. Boo-hoo, poor me, I'm a victim. Why? I'm a funded feminist. Oh. Shame on you. Shame on you. It's just sickening what you see walking around. It's sickening. And you know, it's like I'm the dog turd in the town. I mean, I could be the dog turd just planted on the floor here, because that's what I'm the only. I'll say male. I'm the only male about here. Because I know a lot of you don't think me a man. Because you're frightened of real men. And most of you boys out there, it's only a wish for you to be a man. And it starts by being a loving father, not by being able to batter that guy you think or you're scared of that's a wee bit bigger. Oh, I can batter him. Go and do it then. Loving people is much more difficult. Loving and caring and being consistent in that love and care, because I'm a judgmental lowlife at times. I need to stop most of this. I need to stop doing this, but at the same time I need to let you know, in Gorzów, Wielkopolski, children are abused. They're taken from countries like Scotland where we fund child abuse. where we practice historical child abuse. And it's never historical. It's happening today. It's happening today. It's happening today. Children are being abused in your schools in Scotland and Canada and Australia and New Zealand. Children are being abused in your schools. I've seen some of the strong women teaching our kids, and you need strong women teaching your kids. You need strong women teaching your kids. You can't have women told what to do and what to say and how to act, and that's exactly what we have now. Little things that are being told what to say, how to act, and kids are being confused. Kids are totally confused. It's like, well, none of what this teacher's telling me sounds authentic. And how can it sound authentic? By letting teachers speak their own mind. I mean, a teacher's a teacher for a reason. Surely they've gone through they've had enough education, brainwashing, to be able to speak to children anywhere between the ages of 5 and 15. I used to teach Polish children, age 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 year old. Young 5 and 6 year old, primary one. I used to teach Polish children. At the same time, I'm supposed to be beating my ex-partner up in Poland, or abusing her in Poland, or assaulting her in Poland, or doing all this. And I was the main carer for our children at that time, and I was a school teacher at that time. Well, IELTS school teacher, one of these English international school teachers. I worked at English schools in Gorzów Wielkopolskie. And thank you to the lovely teachers and school owners in Gorzów Wielkopolskie. But they do all stick with the common purpose, which is happening here. The common purpose thing which you understand, the common purpose theme. Men just don't stand up above the parapet anymore and give that fatherly, loving, caring, sound view. I don't know do you have a sound view? Do you have a good thing to say? I've left contact information. I've left email address. I'm sure I've left something for you to contact me. Don't put anything down in the comments. Unless you just, well, do what you like. Press like, press subscribe, comment all you like. Go out and eat food that's poisonous for you every day. Don't care about your children. Go to Women's Aid and get assistance. You end up being a beast. You end up being a beast because that's what they've done since day one. We've been abusing kids here since day one. And we're getting to the end of... well, you get faces when you talk about child abuse, but you don't have people walking across and say, can you tell me more about that child abuse? Yes, funded, fanatical feminists. Funded, fanatical feminists are abusing children in this town. You want to know who they're called? Women's Aid. Women's Aid. They pretend to be a charity that's kind and caring. They pretend to be venerable creatures, but they're not. They're predatorial creatures. And they are what they are, creatures. Creepy, crawly little creatures. I used to love to do a wee song at the end. Called I'm Crazy. But you can watch it. It's from Stir Crazy. And I would love to stand and sing and dance, give a performance, but you've just had enough time. 50 minutes, well over my 45, good morning. Cheeky wee face. Kids are amazing. Love your kids. Love your kids. Don't dare be a predator towards them or I'll come and get you. I'll get you. I will. And there's lots of other me's out there. There's mother me's and father me's with different accents from me. They don't all sound like Sean Connery. They don't all sound as silly as me. Thanks very much. Have a lovely day. Don't sell out your kids. Fathers, start speaking up. Speak your mind. Don't let these funded fanatical feminists create and control the narrative. Don't let the funded fanatical child abusing scumbags control the narrative, because they're controlling it in our councils, they're controlling it in our buildings, they're controlling it in all our shops, and funded feminists are fanatically abusing children and they think it's funny. The demons think it's funny, abusing your kids. Believe me, there's women walking about this town with kids that are disabled in ways they should not be. And if you understand what I'm telling you, there's women from other countries walking about with disabled kids just being supported and they're getting this. It's not about the child. It's not about the child. God, I'm getting angry speaking about this right now. I need to go. Goodbye. All the best to you.